a few.
Yeah, so I think we've got some PRs to look over tonight.
Yep.
To start with.
Yes.
Do you want to share them on your screen? For a better change?
Yeah, can do. I'll have to log out loads of stuff. Hang on a second. Let me just log out my work. And my password manager. Okay, yep, I shall share screen. Are we live at the moment?
Yeah, it's all streaming. Just make sure some Twitch as well.
Almost ready. Can you see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so working for the bottom. First one is fix the sprites for PacMan to stop bouncing.
Going back, close my door.
Okay, so that's just a change to the PNG file.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might as well merge that one. Oh yeah, move strategy files around. So this one it's just a bit of a tidy up. I created subfolders in the projects to hold all the Go strategy files. It's kind of hard to see that in GitHub. Can you see it? Can you see like a tree structure?
I think if you go to actually I don't know actually. No, I don't think you can.
It's quite clear on DevOps, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think if you only go to that commit, you can follow the tree like a just normal tree structure. I think if you
Let's just do side by side.
Yeah.
all of them are just moved files, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It's just I did mess it up the first time because I managed to copy in the new ones but not delete the old ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I changed anything else at all other than and I moved the I moved one of the strategies from the main project to the test project as well because it was only used in tests.
Okay, cool. Was that standing still one, I think?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Standing still and null are identical strategies now.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think it probably makes sense to have both because they have slightly different purposes. So null's like you don't care.
Yeah.
And standing still is like you do care that the ghost is standing still.
Yeah.
Right. Shall I merge that in because it builds and there wasn't any other change? So.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay, add console app. Oh, this is the thing you did earlier, isn't it, Kevin?
Yeah, so I did this for like other people's kind of ability to run it who put cross-platform stuff really. So Colin was saying that you can't run it locally because he's on Linux, I think. So this is just like console app. He tried it out earlier and it seemed to work okay. It's pretty basic. It just displays walls, coins, PacMan, and the ghosts. One thing I didn't change was the comment where you commented on about changing the ghosts to different colors, which you could probably do. But yeah, it's fairly simple.
Yeah.
It literally just draws the main bits of the boards, like the wall and the coins to start off with, and then when it ticks, it just removes the coins and just blanks out where you was before and moves you, kind of thing. Okay. So it doesn't redraw the board every time because it flickers too much because there's too much to draw.
Yeah, I wondered that you're going to do that, right?
Yeah, yeah. So redrawing an ASCII board every single time just makes it flicker loads. But if you wipe out each individual character and just keep doing that, that seems to work.
Yeah, excellent. Well, we know that works because Colin sent us a screenshot earlier, so there's that one. So the nice thing about that is it shows that we can put a different UI on the without changing the engine.
Yeah.
Mood form bitmap rendering to its own class.
It's just a tidy up, really.
Okay.
So it just creates a graphics buffer in the form. Forget that change to keys map. That's Visual Studio tells you it hasn't changed.
Okay.
And of course, when you sync it, it shows where the spacing's changed, where it's formatted. Yeah. And then further on, you'll see I've taken all that all that drawing bit out.
Okay.
I just asked the graphics for a bitmap buffer of a certain size, render on it, and then tell it to draw it at the end.
Right.
And then there'll be a new class there, which basically sets all those things up. So it just creates one buffer, and then if the form resizes, it destroys it and creates it again.
Okay.
So it just doesn't keep reallocating it.
Yeah.
And the same for the sort of bitmap that it draws on originally, the one that's to scale. It'll just destroy it if the game comes back a different size or something. I've just put like a frames per second counter and stuff like that on there.
Yeah. I guess the other thing we could do with the walls, if we knew the walls hadn't changed, we could create a bitmap with the walls on and draw that first.
Yeah.
You might want changing walls though eventually.
Yeah, but
although this is much faster.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Like the CPU line's just like a little tick.
Oh, okay.
Whereas as you've resized it before, it was. I mean, I'm running a VM, but it was maxing out. It was like it was maxing out one core.
Oh, okay.
And the FPS would drop down to about 30 or something.
Right.
So it should be fine like this.
Okay.
I've also centered the game in the form.
Okay. Yeah, true.
Cool. Yeah, just imagine.
Yeah. Oh, sound library.
Yeah, don't get too excited about this one. So the UI passes a sound set through when it creates the game, and then it's just got events on it that the game can then call.
Okay.
To create the sounds. Create a null one as well, because because we've got we haven't got nullable references. I had to pass something in for the tests.
Yeah.
So did you have trouble with the sounds overlapping, or?
Yeah. You can only play one sound at a time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to. You can interrupt the sound that's playing, but there seems to be a bit of a gap as it sort of resets itself or something. I don't know what it's doing exactly. So all I did was put a sound length in, which basically says you can't play another sound of certain types whilst that's still timing out.
Okay.
Things like the chomp, you don't want the chomp overlapping everything, but something like if you eat a ghost, you want that to play, but you don't want the chomp to start destroying it again. So yeah, it's not great, but I didn't want to pull in the library to do it. So I
think you could use it with an audio or something.
Yeah.
Pretty common.
Yeah, because certainly the problem I had before with things like that is you end up queuing up the sounds, and then after you stop moving, it's still playing all the sounds and weird stuff like that. Yeah,
I didn't queue these. I basically said if there's one playing that doesn't want to be sort of replayed, as it were, don't replay it.
Yeah.
But anything that you want to play should interrupt it.
I'm guessing the two intermission and the what's the one? Eating, jumping. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know what the intermission one was. I didn't listen to them all. I just sort of jumped.
Yeah, I think that's the one where you're eating the ghost, isn't it?
I don't know.
I know you got an ghost one there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That must be when you eat the ghost. You know, when you
don't don't know what it sounds like. We'll find out, won't we?
Oh, I see. Ah, I see. So that's what that's all about. Cool.
Should I put some notes in there? I can't remember whether I commented on it. Did I comment anywhere?
I think there's some on the.
There was some on there. Yeah, I thought I commented on the file about the like the interrupting.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'll merge that in as well.
I didn't put any tests in for it because didn't know what you could test really.
Yeah, that's the problem with like quite a lot of stuff like this. The thing is, you can test it from the game saying you should have a chomp sound, but you can't really test the playing of it. You just assume that's going to work. Because you're just then going to be testing another mock of something.
Oh, there's conflicts, aren't there? Because the form's changed, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. Do
you want me to resolve them and
reset? Yeah, do you want? Yeah.
I should be able to. If I check it out, let's see what we can do. I check out the current master. On the upstream. Can we check that out? Oh, why can't I rebase onto the upstream master?
What's it saying?
Nothing. I can't check it out either.
Should be able to.
See what I'll do? Oh no, I can't do that. I was thinking I'll just create another branch and then just pull my changes in. Check that one out.
Is this the sounds one?
Yeah. Okay. We go into.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Just letting you know that I was just listening but eating my dinner, so
that's all right.
I didn't want to have my bowl clanking away. But yeah, cheers Kev for doing the stuff earlier on. It's really interesting looking at how you've done all of that.
Yeah, I thought it'd be useful if you should be able to run something.
Yeah, for sure. And just also for like,
I seem to have lost a ghost. Oh no, there he is.
Also for just playing with the console and things like that, I've noticed a few differences with like when you're on, you don't have quite the same console properties and things like that. So it's like you can't set the size of the console to be something particular unless you're on Windows. So it's interesting seeing moving stuff.
Yeah, with the Windows console, if you run it in the new console, it blows up straight away unless you resize the window because the buffer's not big enough to fit it all in.
Yeah.
And then in the normal console window, you don't get all the ASCII characters. So some of them are squares, so they go to like squares.
Right. But it's really interesting seeing sort of the difference between the two, like having like, all the drawing of the sprites and whatnot. I couldn't quite get my head around everything, which was when I was trying to read through the actual proper game. But nonetheless, it's really thankful for that. have a play around a bit later, a bit more of a play later.
I wonder why I'm only getting 25 frames a second.
Because you're sharing your screen.
Yeah, something's running at like 100%. So,
Right.
Yeah.
so combination of Zoom and antivirus software.
Let's try and run straight in. It says this branch is up to date, which is weird. Go back to GitHub. To refresh the page. So that's
right. Try again now. I've got my master in line with your master.
Oh, okay.
So I'll see if I can rebase it without breaking it.
oh, I know, I remember. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, so there's merge conflict from one, yeah.
Rebase. Oh, it's doing it now. One conflict. What's up with it?
So it's just the top bit where it creates the game. It's where you passed in the sound set into the game when you created it.
Oh, yeah. It's got both.
Yeah, you just literally just take one line out and that's it.
Take out. What needs to do both? Wants to do that. It wants to do that as well.
I've already done it for you.
Oh, have you done it?
I'm just pushing it.
Thanks. You go on then. You can push it if you've already done it.
Wait a minute. Why is that now?
Merge it. It's already done it.
I just made it back into master.
It sounds like it's working for somebody.
That was working. Yeah, that's mine. That's working. Right, I'm still going to push it again.
Yeah, that should be merged up, yeah.
Is it merged now?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
It was literally just the one line, the top line. But weirdly enough, when I flipped back to master and then a merge, it said it had another conflict, which is the same conflict again.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Which is, I assume it should have already resolved that. So.
Oh. Yep, got sound. Oh, and I killed it.
Share your sound on there.
Oh, it was a bit deafening for my headphones. Right, I think we're up to date then. Yeah, these are the strategies I just moved into a folder.
Yeah, cool.
Right, we can start on the game state stuff then.
Yeah, sure. Do you want to continue on yours, or do you want to flip back to?
I'm going to switch back to yours. You want?
Okay. Yeah, so I don't really know how we start with this, to be fair.
So I think we're all in agreement that we want to move the PacMan state or current state out of PacMan into the game, aren't we?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So let's do that first of all.
I noticed it just on things like, oh, should I put the dying sound in? Oh, it's tied up in the PacMan state.
Yeah.
So you'd have to pass the sound library through to the PacMan.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit messy, that.
Are we just going to throw all these states out, just delete them, and then see what breaks?
Yeah, it's basically status and lives, isn't it? I think. Oh, or maybe time to change state. Yeah. Well, let's create. I think I quite like the idea of having a class which is game state and putting those 3 things in it.
Yeah. So it just means if we want to change it, we've just got it in one place, then, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'll create the current game. And then it's not really called that anymore, is it either?
No, we name that as well.
It's funny watching people code. I like the way you code the same sort of way, where instead of creating a file called game state and putting it straight in there, you just like tag it onto something else and then move it, refactor it out afterwards.
Yeah.
That's because I just do that for, I could say create one massive file, and then like after it all, just go to resharp and go move types of files, and it just does it all for me. All at once, like even if it's like 20 of them, it'll just do them.
So it's really hard if you've got lots of files and they belong in 2 different folders as well.
Yeah.
And you just seem to just be jumping backwards and forwards continuously, and sometimes you think, no, just shove it all in one file.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
So is lives going, do you say, as well?
I think live should go.
Yeah.
Not much on here anymore.
I don't know.
And it's also easier to do things like if you wanted to do your one player, 2 player and stuff like that, you can just stick it all in there.
That's true. A lot of broken things.
I think so. At the top of the transition method at the moment, we've got some state changing code. So that's in PacMan.
What does that say?
Yeah, if you go to PacMan, look at the top of the transition method. I think we need to pull that out into game somewhere as well for the moment, because that's all stuff that's. In fact, we could create a method on game state just for the moment that contains that bit of code, and then tidy it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Do you want to rip those things out? It might be easy to rip those things out whilst we're rebuilding them elsewhere, the ones which are functional.
Yeah.
So we don't miss them. Although technically we shouldn't miss them because the test will tell them.
Yeah, I got those tests out. So it should.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's state on there as well.
I'm guessing game state needs to be created inside this game object.
Yes, these PacMan methods don't actually doing a bit anymore. I think it'll go actually.
Are the ones to create the new position stuff?
Yeah. Well, the ones that are called like respawn and dying, they don't actually.
Yeah.
Any lives and then need in there.
Let's do that. But I think one of the tests relies on something being populated through. Oh yeah, it's this thing, isn't it?
Hang on. Whoa, slow down. Because one's that's old state, that's new state.
Right, yeah.
So I think before we up here, I think we just need to say.
Oh yeah, that's a current. So this one should be actually a current state.
Yeah.
That should be that. That should be current state.
Yeah.
That should be game state. So there's nothing to change.
No, because it was that PacMan transition that changed its state.
That should be the new. Depends.
No, that's the new one. That one's that one. That one's current state.
Yeah.
This one's the new one.
Yeah.
You don't have a kill, but we can just set the games. Oh, this moves.
The kill decreased the lives by 1, and
Yeah, you could still call the game state the kill, can you?
Yeah, so it is actually just that.
Yeah.
I think you need to do no?
Oh, it is.
Am I making read only? Oh, yeah.
No, yeah. Let's be capital anyway. What's that's died?
And this is all that stuff when
We have to actually change state in here as well. Because has died just detects we've died, it doesn't.
Should we still put that as an event on the game state? And call the game state and say.
Depends if we're going to rip it out in a minute with the that library, I guess.
I guess we could. Well, this is comment out of
time. Partly because we've buried the same code twice there and there.
Yes. And also we want to say
that as well. Yeah.
Is it PacMan status still?
No,
it's game status.
It's game state. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Come on, telling sense.
Yeah, that's it. I got it.
On both of them. Yeah, you get both of them.
It's still not quite right, is it? Because not quite sure how this code works.
What do you mean?
Well, what is it that changes? See, on line 94, we need to know what the old state was. What was it that actually changed the state?
That's that bit code underneath here. Well, labeled something which is commented out.
Ah, okay.
So that's the one that changed the state of it.
Ah, so we need to call that.
Potentially. So it could be just update states.
Yeah.
But then
That was before PacMan transition, wasn't it?
yeah. So we want to return all these because they don't change. That's not change. This should be game state dot. Oh, no, this is how we
need to pass now in, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same. And then this one just goes this one, yeah, this one changes the status to respawn, and then also changes that to add the 4 seconds on.
Yeah.
Which is identical to this one, except for this is alive.
Yeah.
Oh, that just turned out
You
to
don't
null.
need that line. No. Yeah.
Wasn't there 2? What did that? So he's dying.
The kill one as well, when we actually kill him. That's done back in that tick method, I think, now.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, this bit, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's just over there. So I think that's all the changes, except for the tests, obviously.
Yeah, so the board renderer wants to know whether PacMan's alive or not.
Yeah, which you can't see.
Well, you got the status of the game, so you could expose that.
Yeah.
So on the game, we should just expose a property of status. So I'll do that.
Yeah, because if we've got the status, we've then got things like the counter for how far peeled he is, as well.
Status. That. Can't change what? That's the same thing. Game state.
It's game state. It's.
That's right. Why is
game state? What do you expose a game state dot status?
Yeah, game.
It's game status. On at the start.
Yeah, you don't want to expose game state. Yeah, it's game status.
I'm just thinking whether you want the whole game state.
What for in? So you can know how long it's took it to take to do last
more than just the general state. It's just things like that time to change state. If we had a time of change state, then we know how far into that state it is, which means anything that's time dependent on rendering has got a value.
If we need to know the actual start time and the current time left.
Yeah.
No, how long it's supposed to be, how long it's supposed to take, and how long is left, and then you could work out the percentage which you're into it.
Yes, but you'll need the whole of game state to do that.
I suppose
yeah, because we're exposing lives anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're doing it this way. We're not exposing the actual
You end up with too many dots otherwise, don't you? On the
well, it's not that. It's that the the thing consuming this can change the status.
Yeah.
If we just expose this game state as if they just get us.
Yeah.
On the
Whereas,
on the game, they're just pulling the properties off, and they don't have access to actually change them.
Yeah, if we do it that way, because then we can do something like expose a time in state or something like that, which actually just returns something that starts at 0 every time it changes. Yeah.
I think that'll do for time info.
Yeah.
And then I think we just fix up the tests.
Yep. Okay.
Stays close to PacMan scats, so we don't need anything for this. I feel like we should have used like a builder pattern to create things.
Yeah.
So a few things like what we stuck on from when we created the game, and that's the amount of lives. So we need to figure out how we're going to get the lives through.
Yeah.
Are they going to live on the game settings, and then we're just going to copy them across maybe?
Yeah. David, I think your video is frozen. Is it frozen on yours?
Oh yeah, it has.
I thought you'd wrap it out first until you started speaking.
Their faces.
That's stopping me starting maybe.
That's
better. Yeah, just stopped me started it.
So far, these are a bit more.
There's quite a lot of other status. I've just flicked down a few of them.
So these assume where we start off at dying as well.
That's it.
So we need to kind of set some. I'm guessing this is where we set something on this game setting to put the initial state on there or something. Maybe.
PacMan should not move in certain states.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you looking at? Oh, these ones, yeah. So I think we need to put it onto game settings, maybe.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's
putting its current state on game settings isn't.
Well, you can just have initial state in there. So we just hack it on just to make that happen, then, aren't we? Well, I suppose it's a valid test there, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't move. And getting the actual state in there, that's the easiest way to just jam it in there.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough, isn't it? And then as part of the game, proper game, we just set initial state to whatever it is, show scoreboard or game menu, whatever.
Yeah. So you could just have something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Initial game status. Good on you.
And also number of lives.
Yeah, see, we put that on PacMan before. So I guess I think that's fine to have it on there, because then you could have 10 lines, I suppose.
Starting lives makes sense to put it on settings.
Yeah, so I'll just create the initial game status and initial lines on there. And I guess it can just be hard coding here to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your initial state when we actually, if we build it all, would be attract mode, where it's in the menu and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that little thing what I created, well, I've shown before we started, has like a starting state, because the starting state is does that funny sound, and then you start going.
Yeah.
Have you saved that initial lives?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just not in test game settings, right? Yeah. Please.
Oh yeah. So okay, so it should be there now.
Yep, that's good. How many failing tests do you reckon we're going to have?
None. Yeah, awesome. I'm up and no broken things.
Game settings.
What is that?
It doesn't implement initial. Yeah, it doesn't implement initial lives. That's not public.
Oh yeah, that'd help.
That'll work now.
Yeah, that's it. All green. Right.
That's it. I build it.
I think it'll build.
How many tests do you think fail?
6.
3.
Done. Very good.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, we've got this problem again.
Yeah, let it count when that happens.
10. It's not too bad. Some of them because this was trying to recursively.
Yeah,
right.
Let's fix that problem first.
Do we even know?
Which test is it? I can't even see.
Does it tell us at the end of it?
Yeah.
You should be able to tell, shouldn't you?
I should not
line
move
moving
certain
certain
states.
states.
There's something here.
Initial setting state.
Oh, because yeah, it's doing that in it when you need to.
We haven't changed it though.
Have we? Weird. Well, that one won't work because it'll just keep recursively
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, because it does that up and down, doesn't it?
Yeah. Invalid game state of dying.
I should be back at home. 4 seconds when in respawning.
How come these ones have got?
Yeah, why doesn't that go into an infinite loop? Because these would be ones I changed. When I had
Well, that would imply that the that something in that logic section's forcing it to not do what it's expecting to do, which is then triggering that infinite loop on the other one. Because the other one, there's no reason for it to have failed. Because we've changed the logic of the test. Yeah, we changing the X and Y cell location. We haven't touched that.
No.
So to a certain extent, we probably shouldn't have changed it. We should have worked out why it's done it.
Yeah, we probably get a proper error message now. They're just trying to go on forever. Oh no, I get it. It's because each, so it is failing, but it's failing saying all these recursive above, below, left and right are completely different.
Yeah, but why didn't it fail?
No, but it was failing, but it was doing it recursively forever. Saying that all these values are completely wrong because it just keeps going. Because it's obviously going to be a maximum depth that it can search for.
Okay.
And it's got to that depth, and I think that's what that means.
But why hasn't it searched that depth before?
Because it's never, like, it's got all of the up to that depth.
Oh, right. Before. It's gone to that depth and it's all been right first time.
Yeah.
So we've let it do a recursive test the first time.
Yeah. I think,
Oh, yeah.
So I think it works unless it fails, I think.
Right. Well, that's probably good that we found that because that's improved our test.
Yeah, because we don't really want to like traverse the whole thing. Anyway. Just. Yeah, so we still get 10 failing. Yeah, but they're not going crazy.
Yeah, at least you can read them now.
Can you clear that window so that we don't have all the, and then do it?
I could do it in the console and thing so you can see it anyway.
That's better.
If we just set that bottom test first, I guess, because it could well be the same fix for everything.
PacMan should be alive after 4 seconds when it's respawning.
He found who wasn't alive.
Right, what's he coming back? He's coming back dying.
Oh, he's found to be alive. Oh, expected to be alive, but found dying.
But he's dying. So we put him in. Hang on, we've not put him in respawning. Yes.
No, because he gets killed.
No, we put him in alive, haven't we? That's it. Kill him.
Yeah. We kill him, and then he should be in respawning. And then, so he is in a respawning state. And then after 8 seconds, he should be alive.
Okay, so the code to take him from respawning to alive is not working now.
That's not working, yeah.
Yeah, it's line 98 in game, I think.
Is that because we update the status is here? I know that's right?
Yeah, I think that's right. Maybe it's not.
Those states.
Oh no, it'd been. Is it in? States. State is equals respawn.
No, it's going from respawning.
So it's like line 167-ish then.
Yes, the next stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Game state's live.
So we're not going from respawning to alive.
So dead's.
So actually, it's not that bit. That bit's.
That looks quite solid.
Yeah, if we're currently respawning, and the time 6 past, then we can go to alive.
Oh, I know why. We don't set this stuff at the start, by the way. We don't set the settings, the game state. Yeah, I know why it is. I think that'll fix it. Oh, 6. So
Okay.
fix them.
But not that one.
He's respawning. So it should be like he's found dying. So what else is dying?
So how's he switched to dying?
What switched? That's it. What switched?
Because he was respawning. Because we had that.
Well, that's right then.
119 switched him to dying. So it has died. Game state's dying.
Ah, so the ghost's not moving or something.
Has died.
Are we getting killed a second time?
Yeah, well, has died getting. What does? No, that's just any ghosts.
Yeah. What if the ghost hasn't moved though? What if line 103 doesn't happen?
103.
Yeah. If it doesn't do that, if it doesn't move the ghost back home.
Oh, hang on. Current state can't be respawning after game state is game state alive. It would be current state is respawning and game state. Oh no, that's the right way around, isn't it?
Yeah.
Respawning to alive. Status is alive. Current states, game states.
What is it?
Update states. Which is that one? Right, what is it? It says he's dying when he should be alive. So
Yeah.
does that mean he's not going from dying to respawning?
Well, I still think he's just getting killed again.
Or do you think he's getting killed again?
Yeah.
Well, we could look at one of these other ones. See what's happening with these.
Yeah, that's
these
true.
are probably related. PacMan should be back at home location.
He's never going to do that.
Oh, yes.
If he's not going to do the one below,
Yeah.
he'll never do that one.
Yeah, but he should be at the. Yeah, so he should be back at his home location.
How's that one failing? What's the fail?
This one says it fails because
He's still
invalid game state of dying.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So
But that's the same problem. He's still dying, isn't he?
Yeah.
What else have we got?
Should not move in certain states. Oh.
Right. So he's moving during respawn. So everything is moving whilst they're in respawn.
Yeah.
That would imply that it's getting killed again or something.
Yeah. So yeah. Initial state is respawning. So current state.
Right. Current state. We change the state.
Only we just want to return on line 103. at the end after 103.
Hang on. Should 106, is that supposed to be the current state, or is that the new state?
No, that's the old state. Don't do.
So if we used to be alive, but we're now dead, still move the ghosts. So if we decided on 91 that we're dead, we're still going to move the ghosts. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that should probably be that one then, right?
Yeah.
I know, but where we got this bit. Oh, what's that for?
Oh yeah, because ghosts always move when we're alive. So yeah.
But by the time we get to 106.
Yeah. Well.
Oh no, we can't be dead, because the only way we can be dead is if we get to 117.
Let's try that.
Still failing on the same ones. We get one a bit earlier. PacMan should not. So that's still moving. Hang on, PacMan.
These are all of them. PacMan should not move in certain states. This is respawning, dying, and dead. So on all three of them.
We're still running PacMan transition. Where do we put?
Ah, yes, it's because before, when we did update states, we then exited before running the transition.
No, because the transition doesn't happen. We don't save the transition until 113, and we only save the transition if the new state.
Yeah, but before, if you look at the transition code in PacMan, we never used to do that.
Ah, yeah, because on 113, we're actually saving it, even though he's not alive. So
we want to return a Boolean from update states.
Yeah, so this should break out, shouldn't it? Because if he's not alive, right?
We shouldn't be doing anything with it.
We should never move. I think that's actually probably the right, if you take that out, because it shouldn't be set.
Well, the only reason we had that before was because we needed to update the PacMan state.
Yeah, but PacMan's still going to move.
He shouldn't do now. Because, there you go.
No, he doesn't move now, that's it.
Because the other one bailed first, didn't it? So in the transition one, before we even moved him, if the states were in certain values, then we would bail out that method and not move him.
Fair enough.
So we've got two. PacMan should be back in the home for just 4 seconds.
Nobody's at home, basically. Which is triggered as we come out of respawn, isn't it?
Oh, I think that's because we took that out. I don't think we have that bit anymore, do we? Because that used to be on transition, but that doesn't have the.
Yeah, it's not there.
Hang
on. Ghosts is.
This ghost?
Yeah, old state is respawning.
New state.
But then we move them. We move them straight after.
Have we got the code to actually move PacMan home? Is that what we've lost?
Yeah, I think
not moving PacMan home. No.
Yeah.
That was with one of them overload method things, factory method things I had.
I think. I don't know. That shouldn't matter.
So when did we do that? That was when we goes to the alive state, is it? When do we move him home?
Yeah, I don't think if the. Oh no! Yeah, we just return there, don't we?
Do we do anything? Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Wait. Yeah, but where do we move PacMan back home?
We don't. It should be at 174, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what we're missing.
That I think that one they'll pass the other one now, the ghost one. No.
No, because it doesn't matter. Because old state, I've just looked at that one and thought that needs to be current, but it doesn't. It doesn't make any difference because it's only if. It should actually be the current state, but it. But it shouldn't apply if he's just come alive, if it's just changed.
I suppose we could do the same thing in the other one.
not have a method to send him home?
I don't think we do have a method to send him home.
Ah, right, okay. That's, yeah, should we add a method to send him home? Probably easiest, isn't it?
Have we got a start position?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need this one that says with lives.
Oh, no,
With data.
no, we don't.
What happened there? Did you just chop half of the thing?
Not intentionally. Do my changes, see if it's me. No, it wasn't me. I think.
There you go, go back.
Okay. Try again. So that's what it did before, so we don't need that or that or that.
Yeah. Do we just do the same thing for the ghosts in here then? Just plonk them into this bit?
Well, we do the ghosts on.
Because that's probably a better way to do it, to be fair, than doing this crazy check.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to fix all this in a minute, aren't we? We put a state machine in.
But I think that'll make it pass if we.
Okay.
So that's actually going to alive. So if we move that.
We've got an actual change, and it's better to assign it to the change rather than checking to see whether the change occurred.
Yeah.
After we've just done the change.
Yes.
So you could just put that into there, can't you?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we might break. No, we won't.
I have a feeling that this one won't work.
I have a feeling that 103 might still break, yeah, because they'll move after they've killed him. But you can't use.
No, I think that's fine because old state isn't alive because it's respawning. I think that works.
Yeah, but I think it might break an earlier one.
You might break a different one.
Down to one.
PacMan should be back in the home location after 4 seconds of becoming alive.
The location X to be 5, but found 4. It's because we still move it on 92.
Yeah.
So he's been put in the home position and immediately moved.
92. No, because we don't move. We don't change which one PacMan is. Oh, we do down here. All right. So we could do something like the same thing and saying that it's the old state. I know it's crap, but it would fix the test for the time being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Should we just make sure it actually runs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we don't need to put that actually. Yeah. Let's do that.
Is it running?
Let's get there in the folder.
Oh yeah, it's all right.
Do you get any sound?
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, seems to work pretty good.
Was he totally in that space?
Yeah, I think so. I think he returned home.
Yeah, so he returns home after he gets eaten. So they disappear after a bit. Then he moves back into the center.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we commit what we've done?
Yeah, sounds good. Moving. There you go. Cool. Now we need to merge this into something else. So I guess we need to determine which route we want to go down.
Yeah. I think maybe try that library you like.
I can't say it. Autonomous. Automan. Can't say it.
Autonomous.
Yeah, that's it. Can't pronounce English words. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw this before, Pierre. But this is kind of the thing what I shared in the Slack chat.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it literally set up the like what you're going to use for the initial state. So you have like a state object, which is similar to our game state now.
Yep.
And you kind of have a current state where you're in, the lives, and you've got next and transition out. And then you have a state machine that goes in with that. And then this describes kind of what you can transition from and to.
Okay.
So I've got two events on here. One's a tick, so that's every time the clock calls it. And one, what's called PacMan caught.
Okay.
Caught by a ghost. And then it's got loads of states around it. So it's got starting, alive, dying, respawning, game over. And then you can kind of describe it in this kind of SDL, saying initially, so when it's starting, on a tick, you can change the transition time to 4 seconds and then transition to starting. And then you can say during you on the starting state, when you tick, and this condition is met, so when you elapse over the next transition time, then move the ghost home, show the ghost, and then transition to live.
Okay.
And that's kind of similar to all the rest of them down, really. And then if you run that, we get this console app which tells us, it keeps ticking, so there's a clock behind it what's ticking all the time. So it says it's in a starting one, but then 4 seconds have elapsed, so we're in live. And then I made it so I've mapped K to make him so a ghost kills him. And then once I press K, he starts dying, and then he starts respawning. And then once he becomes alive again, once he starts again, his lives get knocked down as well.
Yeah.
And once he's live, you can kill him again, and he'll be dying, and then his lives will drop when he's respawning, all the way to game over. And then it should just drop out as well. So yeah, so it says game over and it drops out when you quit.
So we could have another event during a live when eating a coin, then increase the score, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if we make it so it's all events and we listen on them kind of events on top of it, because all you do is kind of you kind of create an instance of the state, pass it into create an instance of the state machine, and then every time you want to raise an event, you can do machine.raise event on this instance, and then you pass in the event what you want to raise. And if you want to pass in data to it, this one's a bit different, so you have to do it that way. Back around. You can pass extra data by just doing that. So you pass in the event, and then because it's a generic, he knows what data to pass in with it. And that's where you can get the data back out on the other side. But yeah, I don't know how we kind of fit that in a nice way to what we've got at the moment.
I Yeah. If we went back to your example code.
Yeah.
If we. Yeah. So. I guess if we lost the starting one to start with, so we just had live, dying, respawning, then that would map onto our existing test, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I say throw it in and see what happens. I guess the only question is, yeah, do we change game to inherit from that? Or?
Well, I was thinking about that because this has loads of stuff what gets public. So all this, you end up with the state machine, what you then expose, which you don't really want to expose a state machine because you can raise events.
So I think it's a separate class, especially as if when you raise an event, you pass in an instance as well.
Yeah. So I think if we had it where, and then we have a game state machine and we just new it from the constructor and it uses it internally.
Yep.
But externally, you can do whatever kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah. But externally, we just expose game, I think.
Yeah, and we could map the states onto it, what they're doing. So, wait a minute, I'll snick most of this code.
Yeah.
How's that going in game?
Yeah, I'm just checking in game.
Do we need to add a reference?
Package. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't need bits as well.
So I guess that wants to be.
So alive, dying, respawning.
Game state. Yeah. Well, my first change didn't work. I tried to change instance state to be status rather than. I don't know what that's all about.
I think you need to have this as a string as well. I don't actually think it works with numbers. I think you just need to specify them, each one when it's. Yeah, so really. So I think initially, we don't care about this bit.
Nope.
We just go. That doesn't make kind of sense. Oh, it kind of it does because we're moving them home, then transition straight to live.
Yeah. Could send PacMan home there as well.
Yeah. So how do we call these methods of sending them home and everything?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. So.
Do we just inject them into here? So if we just have game in here. And if we actually had this class inside of game. I don't know. then it can actually access game.move ghost home. Like that, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Either that, or we could make it so it implements an interface or something, and then we could jam that in there. I don't know. Guessing we just need to. Actually, I mean, where's it going then? I don't want
inside the game state machine.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want them there.
No.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to be outside of that. Supposed to be there. And they're supposed to be game dot.
Then call them there. You need you'll need a move ghost home there, won't you?
Yeah, where?
There.
Done that one.
Well, I think. Oh yeah, we'll
And move PacMan home.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The pop-up boxes just like coming right over where I'm reading. We've got to move PacMan home.
We're going to have to change the way we hide and show the ghosts, aren't we? Because we cheat a bit at the moment.
Why? As long as we implement these, we can just.
Yeah, but at the moment we check the status when we expose the ghosts to the outside world.
Oh right, yeah, I suppose. I suppose that could stay the same.
That'll need the tick, won't it?
Transition.
That'll need the date time, won't it?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Does it?
Why do we need that?
We don't actually need that anymore.
No, we don't need it now. We only need it because we needed it before.
Yeah, let's get rid of that.
We can just get rid of the
Yeah.
actual object. Yeah.
I'm going to rename it to move as well, I think.
Yeah, because it's only moved now.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's have, we could have something on the game state, which is whether ghosts are shown.
Yeah.
The thing is, the show ghosts, hide ghosts at the moment. Do we actually need to do?
Because at the moment on line 85,
we're just doing it based on state, aren't we?
yeah. So it'd be better if it was game state.ghostVisible would be better.
Yeah, it's a bit more explicit, I suppose.
Yeah. Because game status is now really only to do with the state engine.
Yeah.
Don't think it should be exposed outside of that.
So what do you want to put visible on the?
I think on game state, it's the state of the game, isn't it? At this point in time, are ghosts visible?
And are we setting it as a Boolean, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Or are we tagging it to status? It's supposed to be better set it as Boolean, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Do we ever have the case where some ghosts are visible and some aren't? Like we've just eaten one. Okay.
No.
Okay.
They then do have their own statement, do they? Don't they? At that point, because they actually have a dying state.
Yeah, that's their own state, but then they're always visible, even if they're dying.
Oh, wait a minute. So this needs to be.
What's wrong with ghost.move? Right, ghost.move needs the game.
Oh, does it?
Okay, have we got the game? Yeah, of course we got.
Yeah, because we're in it. It's just this.
We're in it, aren't we? Yeah.
Yep. So presumably we can comment out update states.
Well, we can comment out all this block of code, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, if we got it all right. Because we should only have the methods what we expose on the state machine stuff to try to do things, and all this stuff can go.
What about has died? How's that's gonna? Oh, we raise an event, do we? For
yeah, I'm guessing when he moves, if he's died, raise an event saying he's died. Well, yeah. The portal stuff needs moving somewhere.
that
So
needs to go into move PacMan, doesn't it?
We filled in these move PacMan.
Yeah.
Move PacMan. Yeah. So that should be. So the portal thing needs to go where PacMan is.
Yep.
The move and PacMan. We don't really need to move the ghost because that's done in the move ghost thing. Has died. I guess we need the method, but we just raise an event on either the.
Right, that's not quite right, is it? We still need the code.
I suppose in this, we still need the checking if the walls.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, just going to find that. Yep.
Yeah, that's here where I am.
Yep. Okay. Copy that down then.
That's going here. And also collecting the coins, but that's on move as well, I guess.
Can you do a reformat on this file?
Yeah,
that's better. Okay. Yeah, so we want to raise an event at the end of PacMan if we've collected a coin, don't we? At the end of move PacMan.
Yeah, so I'm guessing we do it like. Oh, score, I guess, should be the thing as well, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that needs. Yeah, we need to move that as well.
So, new coins collected. Oh, actually, so we. Does that mean
we need to move score onto game state? I think.
I've stuck it in there.
Okay.
so? That does go from here.
Yeah. And soundset.chomp, I think, goes from here for the moment. We'll have to rejig that in a second. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure what that final parameter was.
Don't need it for the game.
Okay.
It's just if you want to pass extra data into it.
Yes, let's move that for the moment. It's collected coins. I suppose that's all right.
Well, that's just updating what coins you've collected. So they kind of make sense because we're doing the same thing. So the doing thing is this, and then we raise an event, and then something happens.
Yeah.
Like we collect a coin, then we apply.
Yeah.
So
the only thing we haven't got is the dyed stuff.
I'm guessing the dyed should live in both move PacMan and move Ghost.
Yes. Yes.
And it is just a. Well, I guess it's just before this one. If so, you just have a if is dead is died. What is it?
Has died, I think.
Has died, yeah.
Has died.
Then we raise that event.
PacMan caught. I guess. I think that should go in the other one as well.
Yeah, because that solves the other problem about
move Ghost, because then the both.
That's move goes home. That's the wrong one.
Yeah, wrong one. The other one is down at Studio 3.
Nice.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. And then we've got these that should be moved. Huh?
But we don't. Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't pass in a time anymore, do we?
No.
We don't need this update states.
Don't need that. Nope. Oh,
yeah.
Hang on, what we got there? Do we even need?
Well,
that looks a bit funny now. PacMan equals. So that moves
I think it's because the portal's a bit weird. So because we've only got 1 point.
Oh yeah, okay.
We walk twice, so you go through it and then you walk again.
Yeah.
Because I think when we talked about this, we could have 4 points. One which actually goes from one side to the other side, but one in.
Yeah.
One from that side, but one in the other side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
except for what we end up doing is just because they make the board more complicated, we just added one way, just like you move into the portal and then it pushes you a bit further
out
in,
the other one.
Out.
Yeah. Otherwise, you sat on it, aren't you?
You sat on the outside the map, yeah. That'll do.
What's going on here then? Look, I've got some really weird red squigglies on my version.
I can't bet the lambda question because
it wants the start state, doesn't it? But we can't get that from. Can we put the start state on the game settings? Because we need it for testing, don't we?
Start state.
It's state rather. It's autonomously state, not our state.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the initial state where you start at, I think.
Ah, right.
Which we could just set to alive, but we need to be able. Do we need to be able to set it for tests?
I think so.
How did it work like that?
Yeah, I understand that.
No, that's the same, that the instance state is set to this property.
Instance state.
Yeah, so when you create this state object, you'll give it what you're currently at. So it's outside of this. That's just mapping it, saying this is the instance state. Okay. Yeah, so why didn't that? Oh, because I think it either wants this to be a string or.
Yeah, but it flicked a minute ago when you put lives in. It was quite happy with that because it was then an int.
Yeah, because I think it maps to like an. I think it can be two things, kind of like a string or.
So if you just put a string in it. Is it happy? Yeah, it is.
It says it's a function.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a function to tell you what property it maps.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
but
it's a function that returns a string.
It was an expression to pull that function, that property off it.
Yeah.
Because of my version,
So it can be an int as well.
My version's got like as a string in this.
Okay. Well, we can make it a string, can't we?
We could do.
If that's the only option.
But then that mean.
Can you just do .toString on it?
I don't think that would work because it's trying to look for the property, not the actual string itself. The problem is if you do that. Oh, that's just saying something initialize.
Well, can we create a property in there called status text, which returns status.toString? Would that work?
I don't know. Well, then it has to map it back, doesn't it? That's the point. So it's using that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, we don't use it. Yeah,
it's fine as long as we don't use it ourselves, kind of thing. Oh, we do. Because we map it here.
That was only in half a dozen places, wasn't it?
But what's stored in the string? Is it the name of the state, as in the live, dying, respawning, as a string?
Yeah. It's just them state properties on here.
So you can just use name of, can't you?
Then.
Yeah. So it just stores that in a string.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Is that going to create an instance of what we can use, which has got a name?
Yes, we need to create anyway because game state machines is creating null, uninitialized variables. So should we be doing public state alive equals new state alive?
Where are we? So could you do that in the set? Oh, but then you wouldn't know what it is, would you? I suppose would that matter? Because we need to be able to set it, don't we?
Yeah.
How about we just change to a string for the time being?
Yeah, I think so.
And then just go with it. Yep.
Oh, some more code can come out, isn't there?
They just need. Come on. So you got an extra bracket at the end of it. What's this? Oh, that's right. That's then that one. That's then that one. Let's get to curly brace. What? Oh, it's got an extra one here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that built yet? No.
No.
Well,
Oh yeah, the tests will say like dying.
you'll have to put the text in there, aren't we, though? That's kind of a bit messy.
Yeah, I agree.
Can't we map it when we actually? Oh.
Oh yeah, we could do. Where we might create the initial gate. We can map here.
We can still have the enumeration.
What did you say, David?
I was going to say you just do it in the game loader. So, okay.
You flipped your mic up.
Sorry, I was going to say to the outside world we could still have an enumeration.
Yeah, that's true. I was just trying to get it actually just build and run initially. Then can you go back and do other things. Does that build?
What's the connection between the states that are in game state machine and the enum states that are in game state? So in that, on line 218, we're referring to a live, which is the state on 247. So that's defined on 247 there.
Yeah.
How does that relate to our game state enum?
It doesn't at the moment because these are just all the state engines states.
Right. It was only in the test that you were referring to the enums.
No, there's two string them, so they're just strings now.
Okay.
So they're just strings with the same names, is that?
They just Okay, they just happen to have the same names.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think when it creates this instance of the state machine, it sets these to some class which represents them with the proper name on it.
Yeah.
And then
I guess what I don't quite understand is why So when we've got instant state, which we had to set to a string, why is that not of type state?
Of types our state.
Why isn't it their state?
It is. Well, you can make it their state as well. So I think so you can make it state.
Yeah.
I think that also works.
That might actually be.
Yes, so that actually also works. It's just that I think it defaults to a string.
Okay.
So you don't have to expose the state object to you.
Right.
Well, I think it works with both. I think that's built anyway now. Should we run tests? Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the right folder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oops. Oh, dear.
Oh, we got 32 failed tests. That's not bad.
Or a change that was meant to make things easier. Yep.
Yeah, fix that one before. Whilst we know it fails.
Yeah, well, I was going to change the thing to say. Oh, wait a minute. This score should be. Oh, yeah, wow, that's going crazy then.
If you take the assertion scope off that, then at least we can see which one it is.
Well, I don't think that's because of that, is it? Because it looks like this one's comparing something else.
Yeah.
And I think that's a different test, maybe.
Coins test 132.
No, it must be that one then. Oh, is it not building? There is an error in the build.
Oh, okay.
I think it was running small tests.
Oh, yeah, game settings is still red on mine. Oh, no.
Yeah,
board
render.
Ah.
Double equals can't be applying.
Oh, you need to do a toString, I think. Yep.
There you go, it's done.
Oh, there's one more. There's another one. Board render.
In
84.
In board render in 84. Did I miss that?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. It went white on mine.
Yeah, he's not showing us an error on mine either.
It is now, but it didn't after it hit the first one. It's almost as if it didn't compile any further.
Yeah.
Still get the same amount of errors.
PacMan does not collect coin and score stays the same when flies. Yeah, PacMan does. Score stays the same. Where is it?
Have you done a .NET build just to prove that word?
I built, yeah. I built it.
It did definitely build.
Yeah, Sarah is building.
So 130 should contain XY. So again, where it's doing should contain XY, that's doing an implicit conversion to a cell location in coin tests.
Yeah, what's in coins?
Yeah, because that. So you need to do your.
Do you need to pass in a cell location? What's in coins now?
Yeah, that's cell location. So it automatically converts tuples to cell locations.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So
it's the same thing, isn't it?
So it should say contains equivalency of
yeah.
new. X.
I guess we just keep fixing those as we come across them.
That's better. I was going to say, do you want to clear it? And...
So coins is empty.
End up coins.
Why are we empty?
Is it something to do with when you create that new game, whether it doesn't copy through?
Collected coins.
Why have we collected all the coins? Because we only have one coin to start with. So the test was meant to be that we don't collect it when we've been killed.
Which would mean we probably haven't been killed.
Yes.
Can you check the game status? Make sure that we're dead.
Yeah, so
I'm also going to swap the order the assertion. Oh no, we got the. Did it say the score was correct in the?
Yeah, score's correct. No. Yeah,
We're not getting killed because if you look at the one above, it says game lives should be 2 but found 3.
All right. Okay.
It sounds like we're not getting killed then.
But the one further up wasn't picking up. The one that wants 20. Coin should be. Okay.
We're not getting killed. So
20. Increment score by 20 when 2 coins are collected, which only has a PacMan on and 2 coins, was coming back at 0, so he's not moving. Because it's coming as 0, so he's not moving at all.
is it because if the ghost moves into us?
I think he's not. If you there's another test on the coin tests on line 46, and I think that one's failing. That one was failing.
Well, I mean, the other problem we've got is during a live we move the ghosts, then we move PacMan.
Yeah,
but moving the ghosts could kill us.
On 46, we haven't got any ghosts.
Okay, that wouldn't.
Can you bring up the console? Okay, Kevin, just see whether that other one failed. I'm sure that one failed. It's but one above. Increment score by 20 when 2 coins collected. Score to be 20, but found 0. So ghosts removed. We're not moving.
Yeah, that's true. So game settings we create. So that should be pretty simple. We go down into 2 coins.
Can we check live on that? Just doing it. Make sure we are. If we're not alive, then you.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're not assigning. I think we are.
I think it's because the state engine starts off at initially, which is actually a state on the state engine itself. So.
But we do immediately move it to alive.
No, but I don't think it's even like part that state yet. Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. Oh no, but we set the state in.
We set it in game settings.
Yeah. So that's going to be alive, isn't it?
Do we set it to alive? Yeah, we set it to alive.
Yeah. So when it comes into here.
So is it that he's just not moving?
We set game status, which is gonna be alive anyway.
Alive. Context move ghost. There's no ghost to move. So context move PacMan.
That's fine.
Move PacMan. Get a new position. Portals don't apply. There's no walls in the way. He can't have died.
Tick.
So if settings queens contains new PacMan location. New locations out of that. Collected coins.
When tick. Oh, but the first tick in this instance is
yes. Oh, yeah.
Is different, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're not collecting either coin, so it's not even that we're wasting a tick.
Yeah, because we don't move on this. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So we'd move to alive.
Not like he's on 10. He's still on 0. So either he doesn't go into that tick.
Then we get the PacMan, who doesn't contain any walls, and he hasn't died.
Unless it's that raise events, coin eaten. What happens there? Alive.
Let's open up Visual Studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got the test. When coin eaten, context. Where's the context instance set?
That's in the constructor, isn't it?
Yeah, in the constructor, you create both of them.
In the constructor.
Where's the line that says which game state to use with the? Oh, that's when you do raise event, you pass the game state in, which is then the context instance.
Yeah, you can actually just create extra different things to lift it out. So
where did you say the context instance was set?
Well, it's like on line 103, for example, when you do raise event.
In coin test, yeah.
No, sorry, in game.
In game on 103,
for an example. So we do raise event.
It's as you raise the event, right? Got you.
Yeah, you pass it in. So presumably you could have multiple state engines with
okay
different state.
It was just where we were setting context instant score, and I thought, okay, where's that coming from?
Yeah.
Where's the tick method? Oh, this is when it collides with a ghost, though. This one.
Yeah, do the coin one.
Yeah, because I think I know what the ghost colliding one problem is.
Coin one's sort of easy.
Game.
Which one was it?
Just the collected coins should be collected. That one.
Has that one got anything else on it?
No.
Using coins had.
Oh, the score is 0 on there.
Yeah.
very weird.
We haven't ticked yet, have we?
No. But we tick now, and then we're moving PacMan.
Right, so it's got to be in this.
We've got a new PacMan. He's not died. We've got some coins. We've just checked.
This is the event.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
That's not working.
So that looked like it ran through fine. Where's my test scan? Yeah, that one passed.
Okay, what was the one on 40?
Oh, this one increments the score by 20 when the coin's not collected. So yeah, this one was the one that was working.
Yeah, what's wrong with that one then?
What stops us collecting the same coin more than once?
We take it out, don't we? I don't think anything does. I think when I put the chomp sound in, I think it makes it all the time.
Yeah, I think yeah. Because we don't take it out, we keep a list of collected ones, but we don't check to see who's already in that list.
Yeah. Right. So does he?
So that collects the coin.
Raised event. So it must be in that raised event bit. No, it can't be because it works on the other one, doesn't it?
Oh, do we not increment the score in the raised event?
Yeah, we do. It's there.
Join a live, increment the score. Okay, that's weird. Let's just breakpoint that.
Move it and do an increment.
Oh, it does. It's 10. Yeah, it is. It's going up. Wait a minute. Is something wired up properly on the game class?
Oh, are we not exposing score? Have we still got score on game? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that needs linking up to state. Score.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll make that pass.
Right, they might all pass now.
And it's 23. No, 32 failures. So probably not.
No.
30 failures. Two went down. Lies decrease when collect. Yeah, okay. So this is the lies one. So this is because this is not set. No.
Nice.
Oh, that's it. That should be fine. So that's lies.
Decrease when collides with ghost. Lies decrease when collides with ghost. Walk.
Does it matter if the ghosts are hidden? I don't know.
No, we don't do anything with it.
No, I don't think so.
Is this because
yes, what's this test?
We don't do the live straight away now. We did the lies when he actually dies. So on dying, well, when he's dying, until he's died, then we deduct the lives.
So we want to do it on line 2 to 8 then, do we?
We do it on the next tick, don't we?
So we could move it up to
up there.
Yeah. And that'll make that one pass.
That's what I was saying before about the fact you do the code prior to the transition rather than after it.
Well, I suppose that makes sense because if he's dying, he's not dead yet, right? Yeah, that made quite a lot of pass. Expecting ghosts to be empty but found these. Oh, this is when they're respawning. We're not hiding them. How do you fix?
We don't hide them anymore.
I thought we fixed that.
How did you fix this?
We added that.
We just need the
games.
Yeah, you only need to check the hidden flag, don't you?
Yeah. So so they're on line 95. I said if they're visible, we return ghosts. Otherwise, we don't.
So it's not games go should be, it's game dot ghost settings dot hide ghost or ghost visible should be false.
That is hide ghost.
So in the test.
Oh, we tested the wrong thing.
Yeah, the test is wrong.
Why is the test wrong? Oh, because because the test is still looking at the property, and we just change it on here, saying if the ghosts are visible, then we show them, else we display an empty list. The test is still doing the same thing, and that bit of code is still doing the same thing.
Is it the same problem though? So when we're
have they not gone yet? Is it during the transition?
yeah, that's I'm wondering. It's the same problem as before, is it?
Not happened yet.
So the ghosts disappear as soon as you begin to die, do they?
Oh yeah, that's what they did before. Yeah.
Oh, it's 2:36 should be on 2:30.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think they're supposed to be on that one, I think they're supposed to be on the one below. But yeah,
Yeah, they are. They're actually they're supposed to be as it transitions from dying to respawning.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because it's matching strings in it. So it's like respawning is different by these characters.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
PacMan should respawn after 4 seconds.
So it's in the dying state, but then never makes it to respawning. Oh, what's our lives count in there?
Initial settings, which should be 3.
Okay.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. What's that mean when you say binder.finalize?
That just stops the state machine, so it puts it in a final state.
Is that right then? In line 238 in game?
Yeah, because it's saying if it's.
Well, you say game over, so.
Because at the moment we're saying.
It's only doing it if lives are less than 0.
So if the lives are 0, then respawn him. Else, don't do anything.
Oh, is that an else then? Oh, okay, right.
Yeah. So it's that's the condition.
Okay.
And then there's a then and an else.
Okay.
Which one is it's supposed to be going to I expect to say to be respawning, but was dying.
Yeah.
Undying, when tick, change status.
Has he not? I know
Oh.
we're doing now, aren't we? Okay.
Is this because this is a waitable? It's doing them one after each other.
Is
that a waitable?
On 235?
Yeah, so I wonder.
235, we're using real time.
235?
Ah, yes.
234 and 242 of game, we're using real time rather
Instead
than
of now, yeah.
Was that?
On game 235 and 242.
It wants to be tick.mal or whatever it is.
Time rather than what we're passing in.
Yeah, it's on tick, isn't it? On the tick object.
Oh yeah, that's.
Okay.
Good call. That one's right. This one's wrong. This one, isn't it?
That one needs to change. They all need to change, don't they? That one needs to change as well. The one where we're adding 4 seconds. We need to get the same one.
Yeah. Oh, this one doesn't have a tick on it because it's.
We can add that to it, can't we?
Called by Ghost.
It can be a tick as well.
Yeah.
And then when we raise it, we just pass it along. So we don't have it here.
Yeah, that seems like we've just passed it around everywhere when we. Didn't make any difference. Respawning and resporting.
Oh yes. Spelling mistake.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, it's there. Respawning. That's it. Sorted it. Well, we definitely know it's changing state now.
Yes. Oh.
It's
Still not right.
Which one's different then? Respawning.
No, I think that's right. It's just because the file wasn't saved. Yeah, 2 failing tests.
Okay.
Ghost should be back at home locations after PacMan dies and comes back to life. Sequence contains no errors. Ghost should be empty. Oh, that's because we don't change. We don't make them invisible again.
We
don't. I bet we don't make.
There.
So it's true. Show Ghost. Which is done on initially when ticked. Yeah, so it's only done there. So we need to put it in.
346.
You done it?
Yeah.
You just added that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. One more test.
Hey.
Ghost should be hidden when PacMan is respawning.
Does that mean we're not hiding him then?
Oh yeah, we are. When respawning alive, caught by a ghost, hide.
Is that a funny test though? Have a look at the test.
They should be hidden whilst respawning.
So
it starts in respawning state in that test. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Why was that?
Yeah, 267.
Because it starts in that state, it never gets into the code that
triggers it.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Hide go should be in dying anyway, shouldn't it? As die changes to respawn.
Oh, I suppose because we're not actually doing any operations on this anyway. So
yeah,
we're not actually triggering the state transition or anything. We're just setting it up and saying
to be dying.
Yeah.
We tick it with 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So if I put that as dying.
Yeah, and do a 4-second tick. Which will fail because the hide's in the wrong place.
Oh, we have to tick once and then tick 4 seconds.
Yeah, that's all right because we're hiding them as he's going into it. So on 228, we're hiding them there, whereas we should be hiding them as we transition from die to respawn. So that should actually be on to wherever it is, to somewhere. Yeah.
Go should be hidden when power is respawning. That's the one I was looking at.
When dying.
So we're in a dying state. So that's when dying. During dying, when we tick, oh, we haven't got this instance state thing set up. So it's never going to flip to the next state because it's not set this state.
And then in which case it should go instantly.
No, because this condition is not met, so it'll never go to the rest of these.
Ah, right, yeah.
So it's saying that because we're not set that, so you'd have to start off at.
It's just a new date time. Then we'll definitely go over it.
We won't because it's nullable, so it's not set at all.
Yeah, but what I mean is if you set it as just a new date time, not a null date time.
Well, we can't because we haven't got.
We can't say it, can we?
You can't say it there. So you'd have to kind of start here.
I'm gonna have to kill him.
And maybe that test is just a bit too direct on.
What was it? I can't think what it was. Okay, should be hidden when PacMan is respawning.
Well, this one's the same thing. It should be the same as this test, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we should really copy the whole of this because this is go should be back home after PacMan dies. Except for this should say the 8 seconds should be the 4 seconds.
After 4 seconds, it should be hidden.
And it should be up to that point.
Yeah.
With the same setup. Except for you should take the ghost as null. So I think it should be that because he dies. And then I think it's just because the test's a bit too direct.
A bit bound to what we were doing before, really, isn't it?
Right.
Oh, passed. I wonder if it plays. Let's try it.
Wow. I can't believe that works.
Yeah.
Having ripped out all that code.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And we get the transitions and they work. That's good.
So just out of interest, if you go backwards over a coin you've already eaten.
You step over him there.
Oh, yeah.
If we go backwards over a coin what I've eaten.
Yeah. Does the score still got? Yeah, it does. That's a bug.
And it still goes chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah.
Did it always do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Been doing that since day one, I think.
Yeah.
Never even noticed it.
Well, I only noticed then looking at the code. Shall we commit what we've done?
Yeah.
And the light on.
All right, so we only checked them ones. I thought we'd always check the coins actually on here.
Yeah, we should do, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but I guess we've never got a test for that.
No, cannot eat a coin twice.
Yeah, how hard?
Don't do that. Put a test in for it.
Yeah.
As soon as we've got a whole coin test section.
Yeah, so you want to write it?
I can if you want.
Mm-hmm.
We got something that's similar.
Yeah, the brains events and stuff like that, and are actually awaitable.
Oh right.
But because I'm guessing because there's nothing which is blocking, it just flows straight through.
So we're heading down.
Standing still.
So that gives us 10.
Can we do a standing still, PacMan?
That's fine. I can just go up again.
No, I don't think PacMan can stand still.
Tick. And then
Go back down onto the coin.
Down again.
That's more realistic, isn't it?
Yep. So we can probably in here. Oh, on there. Somehow. Okay.
Showing us. What is it showing us as errors on exception?
Oh, do we need to include system?
All right.
Yeah, got no using system. That's probably why I inserted that code snippet when I typed exception. Yeah.
Cool. Oh. Yeah, got 20.
Failed.
Quite surprised. That's the thing. Yeah, passed.
I'm going to commit that.
Yeah.
I wonder if we've broken the sound now then.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Just play the first sound, but it won't play the subsequent ones. We took it out. Although we can do it now because we've got a name. Technically.
So what are the sounds?
On that coin eaten, can we not just, if we push that out into a method?
This is just a method on
143.
143.
If we push that out into a method generally, then we can call sound and everything in there.
I was wondering whether we wanted to decouple the sound slightly. If we just raised events, because it's not necessarily sound, is it? It's just, this has happened.
Could it?
I don't know. It's like, because it's an event to say a coin's been eaten or the fruit's been eaten, rather than a sound. Because the game engine doesn't care whether there's sound or not.
When I have something outside, just listening to events while happening in the game. Yeah, could
maybe.
be.
Well, I mean, an event could be a callback or whatever. But I just don't think it should be called sound. I think was my point, really.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Kind of what we've got at the moment too with interface.
Yeah.
When you pass it in, it's pretty much like an observer.
Yeah.
And there's just methods where you can observe, really.
If we just called it something other than sound set, that would work.
Yeah. Yeah, because on collecting a coin, you could shape the board.
Yeah. Or on the LED version, the whole thing could just flash on and off.
Yeah. Me and Dave were talking earlier about the addressable LED strips and grids you can get.
Yeah.
We could just port it to one of them.
Because you have different color lights, so it should work quite nicely, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so when a coin is eaten, we then want to raise the chomp thing, don't we?
Yeah.
We're just doing it here.
Yeah.
Then.
I think so.
Yeah, go on then.
Chomp. Oh, I don't have access to that. Game.
Yeah, game.
So we haven't done fruit yet. Beginning, would that be on the initial bit there?
You have to put another state in because it'll sit stationary for 4 seconds whilst it plays.
Okay. What about death? We can put that one in, can't we? So that's probably when PacMan caught by ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. It don't quite happen as soon as he dies.
Okay.
No, it happens during the respawn because it all pauses.
Yep.
And it plays the dying sound.
Okay.
And flashes that silly icon depending on where it is in the animation.
I'm going to listen to the sound. Allow everybody else to listen to the sound as well. Where's the...
You can go in. Yeah, 154. Another then in there.
That's death.
Yep.
Extra pack. How is that extra in life?
So I was thinking.
Here you go.
Why don't we fire an event for each of those transitions, and then the UI can decide which one it's interested in?
Yeah.
Yeah, in which case, just call the sound set like UI events.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So we can fire one when the coin's eaten, one when PacMan's caught by a ghost, one in dying, one in respawning.
So call that one as death.
Yeah.
Chomp happens all the time, even if you're not eating the thing, doesn't it?
Can't remember.
I know it doesn't. No. It's just that weird. So only when you play it. And the dying happens just as you die. Well, as they respond, dying. Take us. Do.
Yeah, I've chucked the dying in on the dying bit on 1x4. So we need a starting up state.
Yeah.
Noise. Trump we've covered, death we've covered. The others we haven't done.
No.
Well, I think the other ones when you, I think we haven't got half the starting and stuff like that.
Probably need to do the fruit next, do we? Then we can chase the ghost, can't we? When you do that.
No, you can chase. No, that's the power up.
Oh
ones.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So there's fruit, which is like gives you extra points. I think it's like 100 or something.
Yeah.
And then the power up thing gives you the ability to eat ghosts.
Okay.
That's when they flash, when they go blue.
Yeah.
And they do a different strategy. Do you want to do that, or we could do the strategy switching? Because at the moment they're in chase mode immediately, which means it's really hard to start moving, whereas they should start in scatter.
Yeah, that should be quite easy, shouldn't it? Because that should just be another state transition.
Trigger an event after 7 seconds to switch between chase and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it an alive? Is it a different version of alive?
I think you can do substates.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it.
But it's unless we either do that, or we can either do a live chase and a live scatter and make them just switch between each other until someone dies. That might be the easiest way of dealing with it.
Because there'd be a third state when we're chasing the ghost, won't there?
Yeah, but that's ghost. That's specific to a ghost, because once the ghost is dead, they run back to the middle, which means they're not in chase state. And once they've come out, they're not in chase state again. They're in.
Okay.
So it's kind of attached to the ghost, that one.
Yep. Does it get his own state machine at that point?
What?
The ghost. Because he gets chased, then he gets
killed.
The
alternative. You just leave the state machine in alive and let the ghost look after its own state. And so you set them all to 7 seconds of scatter. No, because they all go together.
Yeah, I think it should be part of the state machine, because that's sort of how we've headed in that direction, haven't we?
Yeah, they all do go together, but they'll have to have an individual state to say that they're overriding the state machine at the moment.
So what you can do is have substates in here. So you can say I don't know what it's called. Eating ghost time.
Yeah, it doesn't. The problem is it doesn't apply to all ghosts all the time.
And then you could, that would allow you to do that. So then you could transition from alive to eating ghost time as a substate, and then back out.
So instead of it being no eating ghost, it'd be initial ghost scatter, won't it?
Hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's it'll be ghost scatter for 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Then ghost chase for 7 seconds, and then just keep going backwards and forwards.
Well, let's write a test, because the test is quite straightforward, I think. Depending on how we model. Yeah.
Ghost tests.
We're going to have to work some way of them getting out of the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, maybe we should have solved that first.
That might be better to solve that first. Although,
well, no, it doesn't matter for the test, though, does it? Because we artificially just put them on the board.
If we artificially put them in scatter at startup, so if we have a transition that sticks them in scatter mode, then at least they'll wander around for a bit without us.
Yes, it isn't the test. So there's 2 tests, isn't it? The ghosts start in scatter mode, and the second test is after 7 seconds, the ghosts are in hunting mode or whatever it's called, chasing.
Yeah. I suppose we're only testing it, aren't we? It doesn't matter if they visibly do it on the screen and they just run ghost house in chase mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we got a new test then, don't we, which is how do we know what mode they're in?
We don't really, because you tell it on the game tells the ghost to go do something. So it says go scatter, go to the home, and that changes its current strategy, which is fine because we can change, like the direct get to go scatter one is a target to its scatter target, right? So we could have 2, like one strategy what says go to this point, exact point in front of you, and then the scatter target to be behind him, right? And then all you care is like every so many seconds it flips between them or whatever.
Yeah. Have we got a function to tell the ghost to go back to its normal strategy?
No.
Because we've got one to scatter it. We haven't got one to put it.
Go back to its normal state. Yeah.
We haven't got. Have we got a normal state?
We do keep track of that. So yeah, do have its normal
I'll
strategy.
start writing the test anyway.
Just.
How do you tell PacMan what its scatter target is?
You put scatter. Oh. You just
How do you tell PacMan?
do a ghost dot scatter.
It's ghost.scatter changes its the ghost one.
Yeah, it's a constructor that takes in its scatter target. Oh yeah, the location is home. Oh yeah, because it starts. Okay, so it's the 1, 2, 3, 4th.
1, 2, 4. Yeah, you got name.
Oh yeah, so that's top left. Yeah, that's
location.
so another variable there called.
Yeah, I think it's a different constructor, isn't it?
It's
Next to the ones that, yeah, it is different constructor, but it's not exposed, it's private because it's just used
Private.
so if it starts off at 3, 1, and its scattered location is 1, 1, then after 2 ticks it should be there, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because PacMan are put, because he's got to go right strategy. So if he's using his chase strategy, he's going to head right.
Yeah.
But we want him to start off in scatter, so he's going to head home.
He's going to head to 1, 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that does it.
He'll head to scatter location.
Yeah. Yeah.
Home location. We're not used.
Yeah, we don't care about home location.
Is
That's just its starting position in effect.
Position.
Yeah, let's call it starting location.
Well, start location, really, shouldn't we?
Does its direction matter? No, probably not.
I don't think the direction matters at all.
It's going to reevaluate because there's no walls.
Yeah, and goes right strategy doesn't. No.
Oh yeah, don't wait.
No, he'll start going.
No, it won't reevaluate because it's not part of that strategy. So the strategy itself.
He won't want to go left though if he reevaluates.
Yeah, should we start there facing left then?
Yeah.
Well, that's only in the direct to strategy that he does that. Not the go right. The go right just goes right, no matter what. The only ones that evaluate if he should move to a different location is the direct to strategy.
Yeah, so we want to set him left then, don't we? To make sure he definitely does go left.
Do we need to be that complicated? Do we not just pass in two strategies and then ask to see what his current strategy is?
We don't. Expose.
We could expose current strategy.
It's not exposed moment, but yeah, could do. But we don't pass them in, do we? We tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
No.
So it's not like here's a bunch of strategies what we want for each individual thing.
I think this test to do it, won't it?
You can do it like this. This will work.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's gone the wrong way.
Yeah. That's fine.
Or won't that just be in the ghost where we set that scatter strategy to the first one?
Yeah, how many tests is this going to break?
Probably quite a lot because we use that as like a starting point for the test all the time.
Yeah.
Because then we assume the scatter strategy is. Or should we even do that? We could just leave that the same and just change it in the game itself.
Yeah.
And just say initially when tick, show ghosts, and then just kind of scatter ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to create a new scatter ghost method. I think that got deleted at some point.
Then there's a scatter on there.
Yeah, I'll put it in. All I haven't done though is, oh no, the scatter. Scatter's always been there.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's the switch to chase that you want.
Yes.
Yeah, which is.
But
just,
this should pass. This should pass this test though.
Yeah, and then there's another test for saying it should switch over to the right one.
Yeah.
This one still fails.
It hasn't done it.
Was he going right?
Yeah.
The direction issue won't turn round.
But I've started the initial direction to be left.
Oh no, he won't go.
But it was it.
Does that? I don't think that makes much difference unless he's already going that direction.
It just stopped him from being reevaluated because he hasn't hit a wall, won't it?
He hasn't got.
No, because that's only in the certain strategy that
Okay.
direct to strategy. That if you pass in that other one we passed in, the goes right. We don't care. It always goes right. So that just never gets looked at.
The strategy. So after the first tick, he should have switched to scatter, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Initially, scatter ghosts, fly to ghosts, ghosts, new position ghosts. Director.
So this PacMan, we don't care what PacMan is. And he's got a
Start at 3-1, that's fine.
It's going to dry this out. So three, one. So he's there.
He's going to 5, so he's going right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will go.
Doing the
Well,
strategy.
scatter location 1-1. So he's trying to get to this every time. Should we get to here when we change?
The problem is, as soon as he faces right, he's never going to go left because he can't go in the opposite direction.
Always wanting to move your screen. You know when I'm looking at your screen. Goes right strategy. So can it be where we switch strategy?
Does he tick before we switch strategy? It does.
No, it ticks. No, it doesn't tick because it should go immediately.
Okay.
Because we just do move the ghost to home, show them, and scatter.
Yeah.
Can we run it and see if the scatter?
What's move goes home do? Does that set direction?
Move
that might be it. Move goes home might set direction.
It shouldn't matter.
Yeah,
No,
it will if they're set to. Oh, they don't anyway. Just set to the default. It's just if it's facing right, it'll never go left.
Never go left. That's it.
Yeah.
But it will go up.
Yep.
Yeah, it would. It'd go
yeah,
up.
it would because it'll have no. It'll be equal.
No, up would be closer to its target than going right. Left, going right. Yeah. If it's a 3.
Although we abs it, don't we? Because we square the difference.
Yeah. If it's at 3-1 and he's trying to get to 1-1, he can either go to 4-1 or he can go to 3-0. 3-0 will be closer than 4-1.
It's just
Get in the debugger.
It's meant to be easier with this state machine.
I think it is kind of. It's tidier,
Yeah.
but something else is going on.
Yeah.
Because we don't know whether it's the direction's getting messed up or
Yeah.
how many times do you tick?
Oh.
Two. Oh no, he would still go up and then left.
Yeah.
Regardless. So it can't be that.
Yeah, it's definitely going right twice on both ticks, isn't it?
5-1. Yeah.
well, I don't know. We didn't even get into this initially.
Doesn't happen.
Oh, is that because we already set it to a live straight away? So this already, yeah, I think it's because we're
already setting it, aren't we?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I think you need to set this state on the thing because it's actually got a state on here, which is just initial, I think. Yeah, that's not useful. Initial, yeah.
Yeah.
So I bet if you set.
So for that particular.
Because that we do care, it's like the initial.
Yeah. Otherwise, it just comes from game settings, doesn't it?
Yeah, not on set to a live. We set to a live because that's where we started out for the other tests.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel this may come back to haunt us, but yes.
Well, it technically shouldn't be set to a live at first, which means it will break all the other tests.
We're one step closer.
X location to be 1, but found 2.
Yeah, that's because we don't move on the first tick.
No, that's it.
So
we need to do 3 ticks.
Okay, that's easy enough to fix if we're happy with that.
So on here we can move on here though if you want to. So you can move ghosts.
Well, it's a bit academic, isn't it? Because
really, the only place we should be moving is in a live.
Yeah, I've added an extra tick in. That's okay.
The thing is, this should be really when the game starts up. We should do these.
It's like an initialize, isn't it? You should set the score to 0 and set the lives to 3, and then do all that.
Yeah, because there's a transition period between like starting and being alive as well, aren't they?
Yeah, it's like a new game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Game settings, the proper game settings, to something before alive, and just set the test ones to alive. So the default state, because on a proper game, it should always start before alive. Whereas for all our tests, most of them are starting in the alive state, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Anyway, does the test pass now?
Oh, did you? Don't save them.
Yeah, that's better.
So
yeah.
I'm going to add my second test then.
I'm wondering whether we should remove some of these constants. We're sticking around.
7 seconds. Yeah, I agree. I think they should be just on the game settings.
That one should actually be on the settings because it does change during the game. I was thinking of the ones like the 4 seconds for respawning and stuff like that, because we're starting to code the tests and the code to settings that we haven't actually timed.
What's the overload for the? Oh yeah, now dot.
Yeah, you can just put now into it.
Okay.
I think, yeah, so the tick just gets...
So we probably want a new, which is like scatter time or something, initial scatter time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's not right. I placed that into the wrong test, haven't I?
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, must be down there. And I don't know what I had there before, but it would be whatever that is. Okay. So it moves for 7 seconds. So if we start off with 100, we start off with like 30. So then after 7 seconds, it will be at 23.
No.
23. No, because it's on one tick you only move once, so
Tick.
we don't move.
I was trying to work out where I was gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that then be at?
It'll be at 29 because we're only calling one tick.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just playing with the time, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that should be. So we can probably do an assertion in here then. Oh.
I wonder whether to put PacMan at, put him in the same column. It's a guarantee that he moves downwards.
He won't go anywhere near PacMan because it's just got a go right strategy. So once he flips back to just his normal strategy, he was just going right.
He's going to go right, and because he's.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was going to switch to a chase, but the chases go right.
So then we tick once more. Do I need to declare now? Presumably I do I?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Oh, it's just now. Okay. So I have to do +1, I guess. And then, maybe do +2. So then you should be at 31.
No, it'll be at 30 because you only do one tick.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused with this. Yep, okay. So I do that.
Then it'll be at 30.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't use deltas.
Yeah. So we start off at 29. We tick twice. So that moves.
Next there is the location.
Yeah,
start off. Oh yeah, because I was copying from there. That's why.
It's not filling.
In that case, down here can be. That's a cell location? Yeah. Oh, okay. I was going to put in a variable, but that's better.
Better. Okay.
So yeah, so then we should be at 29. So then we tick twice. So then we should move back towards the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're in nothing on the first tick. That sets it into scatter. It'll do scatter, which is going to move him towards 1-1. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, well, without running it, it looks correct. But
yeah, then it's going to tick, isn't it? It's going to move him first, and then oh, we don't know. We haven't got it yet.
no.
I don't think what it's going to do. We haven't actually got the code.
I'll make it pelled. And the test.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
So, how are we really having it on the game, or is this going to be?
Well, it's whether we do 2 alive states and we just switch between them.
Yeah, because it's similar to the other things where we just do a transition after a certain amount of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it just means we have to copy all that code for the alive bit, but because you can still get killed, I guess.
You just want to do a switch, don't you? Switch state.
I think you do join any and pass the list of them. No, that's it. That's join anything going on. I don't know, join a list of states, yeah, because they pass an array of them. Or state 1, state 2, that's a bunch of activities. Yeah. So I think what's this going to call? Ghost scatter? Or is that just going to be the line?
It's like an initial scatter.
So there's going to be initial scatter and
alive. So can you do when initial scatter, or how do you?
You just put a during initial scatter on its own.
I don't know.
Yeah, can you have a second during with just initial scattering?
So event. Can you have during with what, sorry?
Can you have a second during statement with just initial scatter?
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that makes sense, wouldn't it? And then you can just have the step one condition there, can't you?
Yeah.
Because then you apply everything we've got, plus the extra stuff.
We went tick, and then compare it with.
It's going to be copy paste this.
Yeah.
I mean, also we changed it. So that, oh, just catching up. That means this one have to set it. Where are we set on the buttons? Initial scatter tick. When it goes over that, then transition to
And you need
Got the wrong number.
the
oh,
time.
we changed the what they're doing.
And also on line 137, you want to change the 4 to be the number of seconds.
Yes.
We want game.chase. I got a scatter goes. We've got another one.
Can we create one?
Move goes home.
I move goes scatter show.
What do you want to call it? Private. There is a.
What do we want to call this?
Got one. I thought we had one. Scatter goes. There it goes. Maybe we didn't. Set ghosts to chase, or ghosts to chase.
Yeah. Goes to chase.
Right. Goes dot chase.
Is that actually? Yeah. Okay.
And then what was I with that?
That's because it's not building. Because I think we didn't save it. It's 30. Should be 29 1, or 31 1?
Is it on go right?
No, that's my exception
Yeah.
throwing, isn't it?
Oh, is that?
Oh, no, no, that.
There's a time change. Is that's the same as what we've done each time, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing new there.
So it's not. It's leaving the initial scatter event too quickly now, isn't it?
And the time now is overlapsed. What was supposed to be gained?
It's just going right, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's not doing the initial scatter, or it's leaving
hang on. Is it what was in the value? 31. So it's just gone right automatically. So we're in initial state. Move the ghost home. Yeah. That would put him back at 31. Show the ghost. Put him into scatter mode. Which should make him go left. And he starts left, so that's fine. That should run.
Problem with the test then.
Because that initial ghost, when we define it, that's setting the current strategy to go right, isn't it?
Yes.
It's almost as if initially doesn't fire and set scatter ghosts. The other test was still running, wasn't it? Hadn't broken anything.
Can check.
Are we passing initial scatter time in seconds through correctly, or is it going in as 0?
We're failing both tests now, so we've busted some in.
Oh, okay.
Ghost should scatter to start with. We're breaking that one as well. So they're not set to scatter.
Why?
Just take. I can't comment out. Take that out and just see what it does if we comment it out.
What's the thing of this? Okay. Yeah, so that one works without that in.
Breaking it. But that shouldn't break it because that says don't do anything until 7 seconds time. Oh, are we passing? Oh yeah, we are passing time in.
Yeah, so it must be something. What we're doing here.
Yeah.
So when there's this condition's right in it. So on the tick object, when it goes greater than the time what we set up here, which is now.
Right, settings initial scatter time is definitely right.
What's it?
Hang on, the top one will be failing because we've got no initial. Have we got initial scatter time? You know, 114.
Yeah, it would default to 0.
Go should scatter to start with. Is what the time is defaulted to 0 on?
Yeah, because we're not setting it. So.
Yeah, no, I was thinking when it adds the
that
time onto it, is it adding 0 on or is it adding an actual figure?
0, as far as I can see.
So this is not working when it sets that.
That's the interface. What's it got in there? Do we always initialize that?
On the real one, but not on the test one.
Right.
We never set it on the test.
Not in that one of the tests. We do on that test, but not the other test.
So on
right.
On 5, we need to set that to 7 again. Otherwise, it's going to instantly change to. So in there,
set the default in the test, and that's where I override it.
you're going to do it that way.
Yeah, and then we can override it if we want to.
Yeah.
So we have sensible defaults.
Yeah, we should, because otherwise they're forever going to switch state.
Yeah.
We're going to keep adding the 7 on. Keep adding 0 on. Right.
So
fix
one
one.
failure.
That makes more sense.
Go should chase after 7 seconds. Should be 29.
Not.
Ghost was 29, but no.
This makes little sense.
So it's switched them to chase, isn't it? Did we decide if you comment out that code, it works?
It's got to be yeah. It's got.
Does it work if you comment that out still?
This one.
Yeah. Does it work then? Right. So it's not even getting the initial scatter.
Is it because Initial, you know, the initial when we do the tick.
Yeah.
Is that line 154 in our test? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that sets. Okay, so that sets the time, and then we called it a second time.
So that'll set this time, which is based on the first tick. Based on this take time.
Yeah.
We then set this to that plus the seconds.
It's almost as if that's not happening.
We transition to that.
Because he's on his proper strategy.
Yeah.
And then when on a tick, when this is greater than this time, we change him to.
But it's changing straight away. So that's always been.
Well, it's failing even if we take that out. So it's almost as if it's never doing that. That makes sense.
Is that because I'm adding on too many seconds? If line 155.
No, because line 54 will run that initially.
Yeah, and then don't we want to tick once, then twice? Don't we want to do?
I don't think it makes any difference because once.
We'll just try that. See if that's fixed it.
Hang on. Yeah. He'll go. See where he's gone. Yeah, that's it.
I've ticked too many now, have I?
Yeah, that's right.
You changed that. Oh, so what was it then? I don't.
If I take that one out then, so we try.
He's going for 7 seconds, which is straight away. So he's immediately switching strategy.
Yeah.
And moving right. Yeah, that's right now.
Oh, right. I got you. So it's running this and moving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it just run this. And then it also run this straight afterwards, right?
That should be the 7 seconds there.
Yeah.
7 and 8 seconds. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, that is 7 and 8 seconds in it because that's initial scatter time plus 1 plus 2. Yeah.
Still failing. What?
It's gone too far left.
Oh no, you only need. Hang on.
First tick would take you.
It's because that file's not saved.
Oh.
I was going to say that's almost as if it's running both.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, that's good.
That's better. Right, and then you need one for getting back.
When did it go back?
After another 7 seconds.
Oh, does it constantly switch?
Ish, yeah.
Okay.
For all intent and purpose, yeah. So you just copy that, can't you? And
yeah. So is initial scatter time the right name for that?
Yeah, it is, because if we're doing it correctly, it's in, I think it's 3 banks of it, and the scatter time gets smaller and smaller, but the chase time stays longer. So you get to a point where the scatter.
Okay. Yeah. So this one should be chase time in seconds.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
we've got to set all that default up as well.
Yeah, this is not too bad. So we get to there. Oh, let me.
Oh, and the only other one's on the test, isn't it? So that's all right.
Yeah. So we tick twice. So now we know we're at 31. Then we switch back to scatter. So that's going to put us back to 29 again.
You need to.
Maybe. I'm not convinced it's going to go.
You need to move now forwards before you do that, probably.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Settings dot initial scatter. Just so the reference is moved.
Can you do that? Add seconds on that?
No, you can't.
That's it.
Add seconds.
Seconds. What am I doing? Put the other bit back for me, please. Why is it taking that way?
My only worry is it's not going to, because it's heading right, is it actually going to turn left?
No, it's going to, what have we got? It's going to go one square to the left, and then it's going to go one square, then it's going to go right, so it should be at 31, and then the initial scatter, and then it's going to turn round, so it's going to go up and then left.
Yeah, so it's going to actually be at
30,
30,0, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. Well, it's going to fail because we haven't written it.
Yeah.
So that should just be a copy of that during initial scatter. Right there. And that would be alive. Transition to initial scatter. And goes to
Man scatter, yeah. Scatter goes.
Yeah, it's not giving me IntelliSense.
We also need to set the time to change state.
Yeah.
During the initial scatter. Oh no, yeah, during alive. Yeah, that's
During alive.
Yeah.
Oh, and initial scatter.
There as well.
You do there as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So it keeps going flipping backward and forwards.
Yeah.
They weren't called. Which one's called what?
So during initial scatter, we do that until chase time.
Yeah.
Chase time, and the other one's just initial scatter again.
Yeah.
I think that should be called scatter time then.
You want me to throw in a spanner?
No. It's lovely at the moment.
28 passes.
Wow.
Straight away. Should we run it? See what happens.
Yeah. I was going to say commit something.
They change direction during the scatter. But when they transition state, they go back in the direction that they came.
Opposite.
Yeah. So that it's visible that, and whilst you're playing, so you can see that it's doing it. So Blinky should be going.
Come on, run like.
If you stay. Oh, we don't know what it's in. We're in a medium state now, though, aren't we? Go on. There you go.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he runs away.
Yeah, he's off. And then if you stay there, he should come back down again. Yeah, he's coming.
Yeah, he goes
Off
away.
again. Excellent.
I'm
Changing direction's not too bad.
It's not nice.
Oh, what, sorry?
They go back in the direction that they were coming in at the time.
So you could have a property, we could have a method on the ghost which is just reverse direction.
Yeah, but if it's just come around a corner or something, we've got to make sure we go back. We have to store its last its last direction.
What's that for? Sorry, what?
When they transition, they all switch direction. The problem if he's just hit a wall and now he's about to turn right, then he needs to go back down again, if you see what I mean.
That sounds like one for the to-do list.
Yeah.
That'd be a problem for us. No, because no, it's fine. We can just switch direction. Because we switch direction, then move.
Yeah.
God, so it's
the hardest bits can be writing the test.
One liner in it to do it, but it's going to break our tests that you've just written.
So it's when he goes from, is it on every transition or is it just when he goes from scatter to chase?
I think it's when they go to chase. Let me look it up.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
I think that's quite good how we can do that now, though.
Yeah, that's the best. Because I don't think we want any if statements in there, really. Because otherwise you're just back to the code we had.
Whenever ghosts change from chase or scatter to any other mode, they are forced to reverse direction as soon as they enter the next tile. Yeah, so it's moving either way.
So my tests won't break because they changed direction in my tests anyway.
The one which we've just done where we've said he'll go up like that, he won't, he'll turn straight round.
Oh, yeah, okay. In which case his final location be 29.1 instead of 30.0.
And now you all move him that way.
Yeah, so it'd be 29.1, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Which we know fails because we've just seen it working.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we need to run that one. So during any of this ghost to chase or scatter ghost or anything.
Yeah. So
oh no, why don't we just put it in the scatter routine or in the chase routine?
Yeah.
So why don't we in ghost 50? Can we put minus direction? Direction reverse, is it?
Yeah, there's an extension method, isn't there?
Opposite.
Opposite, yeah.
You're in there. Oh, it didn't like that.
Oh, in these brackets, yeah.
Oh, it's extension, yeah. Not that one. And chase in that one.
Yeah.
Tell sense, come on.
That will break the tester now, though, won't it?
It might break some. Well, let's have a look.
What? I don't know, because I'm not sure how many tests actually call chase and scatter. 3. Oh no, including the one we just added.
Ghost should be at 29.1.
Yeah, so it's going down now. Oh, sorry. And that's because you're going a different direction, aren't you?
Right, Ghost should be. So he's moved to the correct place. So 31. What way was he going originally? He was going left, but he wasn't going left. He was going right. Because he wasn't.
Yeah.
So he was going left. So he's moving right whilst facing left.
Yeah.
When he hits 31, he's going to be forced to go right because that will be the direction. In which case, he will now go to 32-1. Then 32-0, I would have thought. 32-0.
Too tired to that, but it's out of my head now.
Yeah, no, just check it out.
It should be at 31. So he's at 31-1, facing left. Then that will flip him right.
If we change 182, so he starts off facing right in that test.
I wonder whether that's. I wonder whether that's the wrong place to put it during the scatter. How do we do the move? Ghost Strategies in it's in a folder now, isn't it? When we do direct to location, direct to, we get the available moves first. Get next to my next direction. Just thinking, where we get the direction? Do we move it in that? Yeah, we do. We work out whether we can move to that location, and we set the direction and move it. So once we're there, we should be able to reverse it, and it should naturally want to move to the space that it was just in. What if you run it? What does it look like? We keep out of his way. No, we've not changed direction.
So it's after 7 seconds it's supposed to change direction now.
Oh, he did then. Did you see him move? Blinky moved. There you go.
He did it then, yeah. Is that how it's supposed to move then?
Yeah, it's supposed to just flip direction. There you go.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's probably not 27 seconds. It's probably much longer. It's just that all the data says 7 seconds. It's hard, although they're not moving as fast as normal PacMan. Well, it's doing what it's supposed to do. That's
so yeah. So what I think is happening is line 182 setting his direction to left.
Where are we in the test?
Yeah, in ghost tests.
Yeah, setting it to left.
So then we trigger the transition, which will do the opposite, which will set it to right.
Oh yeah, because when we first do the transition at the start, we switch it, didn't we?
Yeah, so I think if we just start off with it facing right.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
And that will do it.
Yeah, need to do the other test as well. I think. Do we have 2 failing tests?
3. That fix that one.
Yeah, so we need to do it on the other 2 then.
Yeah, that one would be quite a bit different, wouldn't it? Which one was failed?
That one did, yeah.
I lost the test name. Ghost.
The ghost should scatter after 7 seconds after chase.
Okay.
Yes, that one works.
Yeah, and then we're down to 1. Goes to scatter to start with.
So gain change to right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good note to finish on, don't you?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
We still didn't get that power pill in there to eat them. I vote next session we do that.
Yeah.
Rather than adding anything else. Just thinking of background work. Did someone want to check, tidy up those enums and where those enums and states are?
Yeah.
Two
Do that bit.
describing the same thing.
Yeah, and I'll rename the sound settings to be UI events or something and tidy that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see if we can use something. I'm guessing the states are fine if we wanted that, but the one where we expose on the game, I think should just pass back the enum or whatever.
Yeah, agreed.
But if we keep the other ones internally, that's fine.
Yeah.
Even if they're just like strings internally with constants on or something, and then just map them back. How? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
Was there anything else quirky that's useful background stuff?
I might add a couple of helper methods to the test so you can say after every tick where we think the ghost or PacMan should be. So we don't have to keep counting. I'll see if I can think of some way of doing that.
Well, I don't know why we've not done initial position up, left.
Yeah.
What to actually set them up?
Yeah, rather than saying it's in counting it, why don't we just go? It's where it should started. Up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be better.
It's free, right?
There isn't anything that's messy that just needs tidying. Is there anything else?
No, not really. There's stuff in the test for the ghosts and things like that where I feel like we should have builders and things like that for stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't create new ones every single. This one.
Yeah.
Ghost test. Oh, did we move them actually? The PacMan ones.
Yeah.
They're not too bad because we took loads of PacMan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of needs to strip them down.
Nah, it's probably fine.
That's fine as well.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Into that then. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. It's quite a good architecture now. Yeah, it's good.
All right. Catch you
Okay.
guys.
Yep. Okay. See you all.